Okay, today I'm going to be doing a lesson, and I'm going to be doing about perception. In the Bible, there are three types of perception: how we see ourselves, how others see us, and how God sees us. Others see us, most of the time they might think of us as like, we just look like, those type of bad days where you have like a bad hair day, or you couldn't find anything to wear, or something like that, where you just look like a piece of crap that day. And people might think of you like a bum or something, but God don't always. But no matter what you look like, God always sees you as this great thing. For example, there's this story that it's called The Century. It's about this one hero who was forgotten for a long time, and he decides to come back. He sees himself as this great, like, powerful being. He literally has the power of 1,000,000 exploding suns. But to everyone else, he looks just like some crazy hobo just running around with like little clippings of like a little towel clipped to his like shirt or something. But he didn't care what other people thought. He thought about what he was going to be. He thought about what he's going to be, and it turns out these people have been like brainwashed into forgetting all about this guy. But every day he kept on thinking himself a hero. Finally, those people, they started remembering him. Like, they started remembering him. They started seeing for his great hero. The old hobo rags, because he looks pretty much like he's wearing a jacket with like a little towel clipped on, has a cape. Well, he started looking like a real like costume and everything. And whenever they look at him now, they saw, wow, this guy is a real hero, because he didn't forget who he really was. Not what others saw of him, but what he saw inside. Better story is of Abraham. His real name was Abram, which meant chief. And I'm going to have you turn to Romans chapter 4, verse 17. Okay. Yeah. Okay. A father of many nations have I made you, in the sight of him whom he believed, even God, who gives life to the dead and calls into being that which does not exist. Basically, what that is saying is, others see you as this. Basically, the story of Abraham is like this. He was just some old man, and one day God told him that you're going to be great things, Abraham. You're going to be the father of many nations, which to Abraham, he thought that was kind of crazy, because he didn't even have his own son. How can he be the father of many nations? And God told him that you're going to be renamed. Just see, I want you to rename your name to Abraham, which meant father of many nations. He ran around and told people his name was Abraham. People thought he was crazy. They laughed at him. They just made fun of him, but he just kept to the name, and finally, God gave, and look where he is today. He has tons of sons and kids. We're all his kids. All the Christians, they're basically his kids, because he is the father of many nations. And you see, the thing is, God wants you to see yourself of how he sees you. He doesn't want you to think about what others sees you, because others won't see you for who you really are. They'll lower you. They'll just lower you down. They'll just make you feel horrible about yourself. He sees you as one thing only. You're his kid. You're this wonderful thing. You're his children. He wants you to look at yourself as a great. He wants to see yourself as a great thing. He wants to see yourself with the power of 1,000,000 exploding suns. And I'm